everybody. How are you doing today? Before we get started, subscribe to my channel, like and share. It's been a while since I've been here. I meant to come in yesterday to do a shout out, but just didn't feel up to it. It's been a lot going on social media about social media stuff. I'm not going to bring that drag stuff over to my channel because my channel is to help and build women and give advice, stories, tell my stories, to teach, to help, and to uplift. Mostly geared toward ladies. Um, Now, I had something that I want to tell you ladies about. And this is another thing. Um, when a woman feel like she cannot live without a man, well, you know, maybe you need to find something to fill that void in your life. Now, I know you was gonna say, for me, coming out of my mouth, go to Jesus and everything. That is true, but I'm not. I'm gonna just tell you this. There are a lot of writing memoirs, writing and telling stories, your own personal stories, helping people, things that you have accomplished in your life. Write them down. Writing memoirs, it always helped me with loneliness, being alone. And the winter time is upon us. The snow is arriving in Alaska now. I looked out my window this morning early, and the snow was it falling on the cars, on top of the cars and stuff that are outside. And so the winter is upon us. But life is shorter than what you think it is. So we as women, just say like if you're a woman that have children, you have little children, or you might have children that, teenagers or whatever. We're the first teachers of our children, the parents. And mostly it's the mother. We teach them how to sit up straight. We say yes and no. Back in my day, it was yes, ma'am, and no, sir. And we teach them when you come into someone's house, you don't run, you don't put your hands on the wall. Even if you go into your friend's house, you stay right with me until you ask me if you could go in somebody's room. If the children be talking about, come on back here, come on back here. No, you don't let your children run off in the back rooms of other people's houses. They stay right with you. That's how I did my children. And then I look at the parent of the house, the mother of the home, their parent, and say, is it all right if my kids could go by? And, oh, sure. Then I release them. And I tell them, now don't go tearing up nothing and stuff like that. Well, the mother is the teacher, And remember I was saying I don't want anybody to think that I was as down on women about the ministry. I was saying the pastors. So let's straighten it out. Pastors, I meant. The pastors of a congregation, not ministry. Women they can't minister. We're the first ministers, especially to our families. So, yeah. And so without women, oh my God. I mean, now look. Every woman you know it just as well as I know are not teachers. Mm-mm. And then on top of that, let me tell you this. You live a life in front of your children. Even the way you talk, your friends, they look at, do you think kids don't look at everything you do? You are their first teacher. All they have is you. So if you just say simple thing like say socks. If you never could find a pair of socks for your children to wear and they walking around with either with no socks, no strings in their shoes or something, and that's what, well, 9 times out of 10, that's what they're gonna know when they grow up. It just not gonna phase them for their kids to do the same thing. And so that, that is a I don't want to get at nobody teaching methods or nothing like that, but we have precious jewels that were placed in our hands, our children. We teach our children how to earn a living. We teach our children that they need to get up in the morning, clean themselves up, take care of their hygiene, make up their beds, pick up. Even when I was raising my kids and I would say, clean your room and do something, I would let them do it, but I would clean my own house. Yeah, I would get on my knees and look to see what's underneath them beds and stuff like that. You think them children be pushing plates and everything up? No, 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 no. I can imagine how somebody's house look if they was rich now and they had maids, then the maids did all of that. But if you and you raising your children, you and your husband, then you have to do like a double check, or looking around them in their closets and stuff like that. I'm quite sure you do it. Well, that's what should be done, because you are their teacher. You teach them first thing, like school now. I know it's hard now with the virus and the kids are having school at the home. And I'm quite sure parents, mothers, you mothers, I'm saying, really, I understand mothers, that it's really on you. Yeah, it's on the mothers. Let me tell you men something. If you tell your wife, I was in the Walmart the other day. I never was so hurt in my life. I'm always trying to tell ladies about abuse. I'm in the Walmart standing in line, putting my groceries up. I heard this commotion, like coming like toward to my aisle, my lane. So I kind of looked and I saw this man, like woofing his wife. And I said, and she just like left the cart there and ran, out frantically, was running toward out, leaving. He ran behind her and brought her back. Then when there was an argument brewing, I didn't know what it was, but let me tell you what I did here. Her face was pitiful. You got the mask on your face, so all we have are eyes and skin color, flush. It was flushed. For one thing, her eyes were red. That means she was either sick or been crying. And there he was, picking everything up. Do you need 2 of these? And they'll slam it down. And he was just picking on this woman, just picking. And I'm looking at this lady like, do you need any help with him? Really? You know what I'm saying? And then on to make matters worse, she was just like looking at me like she stopped looking at him and even toned him out and just looked at me, and I looked at her like, look at me, look at me, and she did, and she just looked at me. And I kind of soothed her with my eyes, and we was making contact. You could tell she was all red and flushed. And he was evil. Yeah, he was. picking up everything in the basket. Do you need two Pepto Bismol? Do you have heartburns? And I'm kept going like, look, keep looking at me. All right, I'm first, remember, so I left out. But as I was getting ready to pay my bill, I still was keeping my eye on her, like still look over here at me, because he kept saying, "Are you going to look at me?" And she was not looking at me. Because if he'd have done anything out of the way, it'd have been on like popcorn in that store. Yes, I probably would have walked up to him and said something about it. I would have. That's how I am about it. Um, this lady, they got out the whole while because remember now, we lost contact once I left out. This lady, finally, she got through with her baby. What I did was I went on outside and kind of like lingered around to see where the car was, because I was gonna hurry up and put myself in the car and just kind of hang around her car to see if anything was going to be out of order. And so after I put my stuff in the car, I waited around and I saw where she was going. Once I saw where they were going, I could put myself in the car, and then I got in my car and I kind of went down and I waited just to see. Oh boy, was he in her face. He didn't lay hands on her, but he was all down in her face. Ladies, you know by me talking about it, I can't take that. You know what I'm saying? So I just started to pray, and then um, I was following to see if they lived it like in my neighbor, but it had to be in my neighborhood somewhere because they use that store, you know. But I wanted to see if she'd have made a right turn, where she really lived close by. But they made a left turn. So I just went on home and I had that lady on my mind. But I want to tell you what he told that woman coming out of the store loud. Loud now, because I heard it. You sit on your rump, but he didn't say rump, all day, doing nothing. Her response was, do you call doing nothing helping the children? 3, I might add, do their homework and do homeschooling. Who do you think cooked for you? And you say all I do is sit on my rump and watch it. Are you kidding me? Half of the time when I'm looking at a show, I'm looking at a tutorial, learning learning how to do something new. In this, because I don't have nowhere to go. He was just picking. But anyway, I'm telling you, ladies, you don't have to, doing these days, and this being locked up and the kids, I'm quite sure that it's a lot of pressure on you. And my hat go off to you ladies that are caught up in the house with all those kids and got a man, anything like that one. Okay, that was something that I had meant to come on and tell you that. And then another thing I want to tell the ladies about being lonely. Honey, count your blessing. Really do. Count your blessing, because back in the day, it was like, get married, get an education, get married. That was on the list. Oh, blah, blah, blah. So, number one, it's embedded in your mind. Well, it's order, to have a mate, or to want to have a mate, or someone to share life, to go through life with. That's beautiful. But what I'm saying is, when you don't have it, don't let it just consume you, and you just sit up and that's all you do is just think about that. Write memoirs down and stuff like that. That's something that I want to tell you. And then I want to tell somebody, whoever this goes out to, because my story is informative, information, tidbits, things. I'm just be shooting things out there. And because if I believe that it's blessed because somebody will hear something that they need to hear. If you have been incarcerated, and if that's have been a part of your life for years, in and out of incarceration, be it woman or female or male, first thing you all need to have is a therapist. Now, I know they say like pastor and everything. A pastor is a pastor, a spiritualist. He help with the spirit, the soul, but I'm talking about the mind. That's therapist will help you gain order, up here, putting things in order so you could have getting your life in order, like for us what your goals, and it will help you like that way. And matter of fact, I just got off the phone with my therapist. It was only like once every 2 weeks, something. We didn't put it back down to once a week now because it's getting winter in Alaska. It's going to be dark here for a long time, and that does something to people. So we're going to get ahead of the game and see each other once a week. That way that I can report in if I'm feeling any kind of way, if I have something. That is something to do, to take care. That's taking care of yourself. That's all in taking care of yourself. Be mindful, people. Don't forget yourself. Do you know you are important? You are important to you. You have to take care of yourself. And when I was getting back, talking about the teachers, yes, we are ministers. We are teachers, women. It starts with the mother. The father is the strength, the strong person in the family. Then if you're a woman, you got it double. A good mother she's trying to be mother and father. She has to show strength and courage. She has to set rules, boundaries, and she has to live life as just like she's teaching it. She live and she give purpose, and she teach love, and she show love, and teach people how to love others. A good mother does not teach hate. A good mother, let me tell you, a good mother, just say you and your husband divorced. She would not talk about the daddy bad to the children. You do not talk about a child father or either their mother to their child. No. Don't get them mixed up in that. The world is hard enough when they grow up and get out in the world. They don't need the parent to sit. Let me tell you, for one thing, when you talking grown folk business, it's still grown folk business these days in 2020. What grown people go sit up and talk adult talk in front of children? What good parent, good mother, a good father sit there and let their child sit right up there looking for back and forth while you talking grown folk business? They like a ping pong game, getting all the information in the grown folk language. You ain't watching no language, communication skills. You just letting it rip right in front of your children. That's what I call abuse. Yes, it is. You're teaching your children that they're your equal. Do you got no boundaries? You ain't drawing no lines. They can hear anything you hear. It's rated X. Yeah, anything. You saying anything. Doing anything. You in the bed all day. Yeah. You ain't getting up brushing your teeth. You ain't doing none of that yourself. How you gonna set an example? when you open your refrigerator and it's so stinking that the kids can't, they'll get used to having that type of refrigerator with all that confusion. They can't even find a clean pair of socks. That's sad, really sad. Then if you got a friend like that, being a woman, because we women supposed to sit together, you need to steer her into having some parenting skills. Or if you the opposite of your friends, don't talk about her. Help her. And then, because maybe she got some kind of issues, going on that that you see, maybe she can't see them. Well, you be that mirror for your sister, and you tell her, honey, if you can't do it like this, do it like this, and maybe suggest some stuff that could help her be a better mother. But for goodness sakes, don't have your sister. When I say sister, I'm talking about your next door neighbor lady. It don't matter. Out there, where the people be about to take her children or something like that, if she's a single mom or something like that, to be talked about in the community. No, no, no. Maybe she don't know how. So teach her. Yeah, that's why I said that for women, no, the pulpit, leave that to the men. The women is plenty of work in the field. You can teach a woman how to be a mother. You can, even if you don't have children, you are a mother of a lot in that church. You can teach them how to be mothers. And then women, all these ministers in the church, teach those young women how to be mothers. And I'm looking, get out there and walk, look, and see. But I know these times are different. I realize that. You walk up on a young girl these days and try to say, honey, something about their children or them, they will cuss you out because these are the days and the times that we're in. And all I can say is, whoa, whoa, whoa. And that's sad, but it's true. You cannot walk up on these young girls and tell them or suggest anything to them. No, they're just not having it. For them working, that some of them are hats off to the ones that are working, digging, in the trenches, got their life on the tracks, and go and get them like that. But if you're on the phone like you running a telethon begging, no, no, no. Shame, shame on you. Work. There's so much. I was born, I say all the time, like in the wrong century or whatever, generation, because if I had what these kids have today to them, computers, the internet, and how to trade and all this kind of stuff, I would probably, it wasn't meant for me to be. Yeah, that's why they got so many young millionaires today. Young. I saw on the Facebook one girl was 13, closed on her first home. She did that. I know with her father's help. He probably had to sign something because of her age, but her own finances. She got a little company. I don't know, a t-shirt, eyelashes or whatever. But yeah, her own money. And she got a house. Can you believe that? Yes, a home. And she said she wanted to see her parents to see all her you know how I say I get lost for words. I call them a senior moment, but you know what I'm trying to say. Accomplishments in life before they got too old, and she wanted them to enjoy her what she had to bring to the table before they got too old. Yeah, that's what she said she wanted to do. But that's not all. You are blessed if you have a child like that, truly. Yeah. And then, let me see, what else I want to tell you today. I want to give you some information. Love do not hurt, ladies. If you been hit, punched, yelled at, screamed in the face, so face to face, the belittling, that is not love. Let me tell you, I know teeth and tongue fall out sometime, but There's a certain way, even when married people, when they argue. You don't go, so some lines you don't cross. Certain things you don't say. Um, and then you never fight like that in front of your children. Mm-mm. No, you need to keep that grown people stuff to yourself. And shame on you mothers that use your children for excuse me, I'm sorry. Where you use the children like weapons or bullets or something like that. Have your children tearing down their fathers, or the fathers having to tearing down. It's like I say, the world gonna be hard enough for them. Don't put that on your children. Let them live. You live. Teach them. Love them. Hats off to the families that have done it. Raise their children, and that the children can say that their parents said, leave the room, grown folks talking, stuff like that. Hats off to you guys like that. Hats off to the mothers, the young mothers that can find a matching pair of socks in their child's drawer, or even if they got a drawer. I don't care, you could have a box. You use what you can use, honey. When you're a mother, use plastic barrels, anything. I saw a woman leaving Walmart the other day. She had like them plastic lawn chairs outside with nice pillows in them. She probably had got her a little spot. She finna go make up pretty somewhere with a tablecloth. Yeah, for a place. You would do anything to make it, have it clean. But it saddens my soul to see grown-ups laying in the bed all day long, asking their mamas or grandparents or taking care of grown people when it should be the other round. When was the last time you sent your grandmama or your mother a card? Never mind money. Because 9 times out of 10, a parent don't even want to accept no money from their child. But I'm talking about a card. Have you ever asked your grandparent for anything? That's number 1. Okay. If you have asked your grandparent, have you ever sent them, the same one that you asked for that, have you given them anything in your life that they can save and say, my granddaughter gave me this, bought me this, or gave me this, that she could show in her house? Well, if not, shame on you. That's who I'm talking to. Them ones. Yeah, those are the ones I'm talking to. That have their hands out and never their hands in to help, to lend a helping hand. Yes, it's always been them and not the grandparents. Their parents, 9 times out of 10, like I say, at my age, we're in line getting ready to go to the holding room, the preparation room, honey. You know what I'm saying? So if you ain't got yourself together by this age, which I see it all the time, people of my age and above, out in the world acting the nuts. Yeah, it's pitiful to be somebody of adult age and acting the fool. But okay, I'm gonna let you go. I just want that. It's been a week since I hollered at you, shouted out everything. But ladies, I'm gonna come at you about do you think it's possible to have a mate married to a man and living with a man for 20 years and not make love with your husband? But it ain't that you planned to have it like that. It just turned out like that. And then not to do with nothing that y'all talked about and nothing like that. So we're going to talk about what would you do if that ever happened to you. and things to talk about. Ladies, I am serious. Before you jump, hop, or broom, you need to know what's all up under the dirt, been swept underneath mats and stuff. You need to know who you marry on, because you don't want to just take it back. That you can't take back to the store. We're going to talk about that too. People that buy things, anything, and take it back to the store. We call them take-a-backers. Yes, did you know that exists? Even to you know what? It's a wonder they don't take a soda bag. But just say, I know somebody that knows somebody that will take back anything from a car, to a house, to an ink pen, to Walmart, if they buy it. Okay, then, I'm going to see you later. Y'all have a great day. And I am having a great morning. God bless you. I love you. This is my space in your place. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, because I say some things that you can pick up on, little tidbits, okay? I love you guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.